Champion of Champions tournament sees 16 of the best players in the world, each there having won a ranking event in the last 12 months, compete against each other. The 16 are split into 4 groups. Each group plays down to a winner. The attention for the moment is on Group 3. The opening match saw Mark Selby deliver a masterclass to the Chinese teenager Yanbing Tao, and the match finished with a very one-sided 4-0 scoreline. Confirmation of that result in the first Group 3 encounter. Coming next, the match that will determine Selby's opponent, the clash between Mark Allen and Matthew Selt. The odds favour Allen as a former semi-finalist in the Champion of Champions tournament, but over this short, sharp race-to-4 format, anything could happen. The opening frame saw a break of 89, and that proved enough for Allen to register. We pick up the action in the second. Selt opting for safety play, Allen's response less than secure. Commentary from Phil Yates and Neil Folds.
Just get the feeling Mark Allen will not be moving that right-hand red unless he has to. Not the most attractive frame, but they're just as important as all of the others. Well, he played the shot to nothing there, and he absolutely butchered it. Terrible shot. Yes, he's got away with it. Hit it much too thin. And of course, when you hit them thin on these fast cloths, the cue ball just races around the table. In a strange way, it's given Mark Allen a problem. Again, he won't want to move the safe red because he's got a lead of 29 points. That's more Matt Selt's problem, but I suppose you could lay up to the red near the pocket. It's a bit negative, but sometimes what else can you do? And he's taking a risk here. Unnecessary risk. Why does he have to play a shot where he can leave that red on? I think of other players, like the man who won earlier on, who would have just dropped up to the safe red, left-hand red, kept things very tight.
One.
Every so often a player can benefit from a truly horror shot, and that's what Selt's doing here. Did well to avoid the brown, and pretty good pace on the cue ball.
Interesting way of playing it, just one cushion, because you've got to get the pace right, and that was a good shot, in fact. He's not right behind it, but he's okay.
Seven.
Now what? I mean, he's a right-handed player. If he can get in behind the red along the cushion, it's not the worst outcome. Got to watch himself with that pink ball there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Selt 7, Mark Allen 6.
It was definitely in play, as we saw from that shot as he was lining it up. I don't know what he did, but I'm not surprised something was fouled.
Because when you play a shot, Neil, you're quite right. There's a natural tendency to dip a little, and he caught it with his hand, I think.
Yes, I've actually seen it where the ball, when it's by your hand you grip the cue with, actually goes charging up the table, overtakes all the others. You can knock it 10 feet with your hand sometimes. Very unnerving, isn't it, there? You'll feel unlucky. Good shot. Well, chance to redeem himself now, but just a note of caution that he needs a colour of any description here. If he doesn't take a colour, he can only tie the frame. This is a big shot. Yellow and yellow again, I think. Well, there was a lot on that shot.
Matthew Selt 1.
Not quite the frame yet, because like I say, can tie the frame, but I think if this goes in, he'd have probably cleared up and levelled the match.
Well, the yellow was the quintessential pressure ball, wasn't it? And frankly, Selt didn't come close.
So the equation here, Matt Selt, if he can clear all 6 remaining colours, he can take this frame to a respotted black. Good shot, because priority would only be to get the object ball underneath the cushion. That's exactly what he's done. A little bit on this shot for Mark Allen. Wants to avoid the double kiss. Needs a bit of help now. Well, second opportunity has arisen for Matt Selt. He was very patient. Made a couple of errors, but he could put it all right here. That's okay.
2. Five.
Against top quality opposition, these are the chances you simply have to grasp.
Nine.
Still got to get there, but there is a real chance we're going to see a tiebreaker black here. Just got to finish with an angle. Anywhere but straight on the pink.
Well,
it's in his own hands to put this right now. It's been
20.
a tough old frame. It looked like he'd blown it when he missed that yellow to pot the yellow again. Not quite.
Selt took those
27.
nicely, so 15 reds and the 6 colours not sufficient to determine a winner in frame 2. 1 extra ball required. And there's nothing quite like a respotted black, Neil. Always dramatic.
Yes, I mean, if you win the toss, you don't really go first very often.
It's theirs. You choose.
Yeah. Mark Allen has invited Matt Selt to go and break. Black on the left cushion, cue ball on the right cushion, I think. Problem with that shot, if you hit it the way he has, he's now left a possibility of a double. I think Mark Allen will probably play it, because it gives him a chance to win the frame, and it may not be that it costs him the frame if he misses it. Close.
Could not have wished for a better white, though. Look at the cue ball tucked under the top cushion.
What do you do here if you're Matt Selt? He's been very patient. Mark Allen probably would like him to play safe, because he's thinking, well, I've got a shot now to win the frame. I don't want to play any more safety here. I think he's having a dart at this, and it's very difficult. Authentic safety shot twice across. Again, priority will always be, I mean, if you can put distance between the two balls, of course that's good, but priority will always be just to get the black underneath the cushion and in a safe place. That's not particularly safe. More than a tempter. I think it's an invitation that Mark Allen can barely refuse here. A little go at this.
Well cued indeed. Matt Selt unable to put the gloss on what was ultimately a dramatic frame. Super pot, and with that, Mark Allen doubles his advantage. He leads Matt Selt by a couple of frames to 0.
Welcome back to Coventry, and the opening match is in Group 3, one of 4 groups in this tournament, the winner of each progressing to the semi-finals. This one sees Mark Allen up against Matthew Selt. Allen has taken the opening 2 frames in this race to 4. This is now the 3rd frame. Allen with points on the board, but Selt at the table. Commentary from Neil Foulds and Phil Yates.
I mean, I don't think you could have hit this much better than he has, but again, you need luck.
In the last couple of frames, the balls haven't conspired for either of them.
He's looking at this quite thin, this red. I mean, if he's playing it, it's almost like it's been cut backwards here. Look at that. Wafer thin. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Deserves to be on the black with the red over the hole, and that's exactly what he's had, I think. No one could deny him that. Nothing to do here, just pot it with the red there. You can do all the thinking in the world at this game, but you have to occasionally chance your
11.
arm like he did, and things have turned out well.
12.
And the last few shots have been the normal Matt Selt. Apart from the fact he won the Indian Open to be here, beating, en route by the way, John Higgins. In the first ranking event of this season, he got to the semi-finals, the Riga Masters. But that was a poor one.
Yes, it really was, and he might have to play the red up the table into the yellow pocket.
18.
And it's absolutely dead straight if he does play it. It's about his third choice from the previous shot, but this is going to have to go in. This is a real queuing shot. Well, he passed that test.
19.
Very sweet, that shot. Just feel in the context of this match, he has to convert this chance and just win the frame right now.
Should he get that far,
Point
the
3.
position on the last red across the ball cushion will be vital, because knocking in balls down any cushion on a snooker table at a professional tournament isn't easy. At that end of the table, doubly so.
$24.
I think he'll probably have a look at the ping at least, because it is just a run through onto the red. He might think the black's a safer option. Well, he's having a look at it because it keeps things simple. Can't fail to be on the red. And as Phil said, it's a question of not finishing straight on the red, which is going to be up the table, the one
30.
along the bolt cushion. That would be an issue. Just a slight angle.
$31.
This for me is the big shot of the frame.
Yep. Oh dear. Well.
So 31.
Nothing went right on that shot. And the only blessing is that the position was part of it that went wrong. That was not his smoothest stroke you'll ever see.
Lots of colours to provide cover there.
Matt Selt's probably still thinking about the previous shot. He's got to get out of this snooker, but sometimes it's quite difficult to put bad shots behind you so quickly. He knows he should have been clearing up to win the frame. Now he's in a snooker. Well, that just going to add to his frustration, annoyance, all of those things.
$1.
It's quite a clever way of playing it, because going to the middle and you feel this frame could well be over. so surprised he rolled it.
Mark Allen 1.
Just thought he'd just punch it in. It may not have been dead straight, but just a little bit of pace on that. I don't think he would have missed it once in 20. Maybe it wasn't quite straight enough, but I was just surprised.
Two.
Selt needs to clear down to the pink.
Five.
Well, it seems like both players sort of falling at the
Shot
final
five.
hurdle. This was really the last shot to play, getting on the blue. It was definitely frame over. Best of 7 format is always going to be a little bit tense.
Well, Selt cannot complain about a lack of chances in this frame.
Four.
Well, he could have done with some angle here to get on to the pink, but he hasn't really got any.
Matthew Selt 4.
You kind of wonder what else is going to go wrong in this frame. It's been just one of those frames where whoever loses this frame is going to be very disappointed. They both had great chances.
Well, Matt Selt, in the last few moments, has not been singing a rainbow. He's been missing one. The brown, the pink, the blue, you name it.
That is not going to cheer him up. Now, Mark Allen needs all 3 colours here. He's played the cannon. Cannon the pink out. And if that's what he played,
5.
and some shot. Looks a little bit, I'm not sure. Did he play it or not? If he did, it's a terrific shot. Just a little bit subdued, isn't he, at the moment? Mark Allen. Chance to go 3-0 up. Both players need both balls. Can he hold? Just drop it in and hold for the black? Or has he got to go up and down the table? I thought he could hold. Well, we'll have to ask him, I guess, win or lose, whether he played that shot on the blue. If
11.
it was, the cannon on the pink is a little gem, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, this to extend his lead.
Matt Selt in the red, Mark Allen in the black. A re-spotted black in the second frame, a conventional black in the third. He's forged into a 3-0 lead.
Welcome back to Coventry and the Champion of Champions tournament. This is Group 3,
8.
one of 4 groups playing down to a winner and providing our 4 semi-finalists. So far in this second match, Mark Allen has dominated. He took the opening 3 frames. Matthew Selt came back, but there's no escaping the fact that the pressure is on Selt, as Allen is just 1 frame away from the win. Commentary from Neil Faulds and Phil Yates.
Done well there.
14. 15. 21.
Looks like he's going to play the red that's been blocking off the pink spot for the last few shots. He's got up twice from this now. Didn't seem comfortable on it, did he? There's just something about the shot.
So 21.
He did the right thing getting up and starting again, but never looked at home on that shot.
He's not been comfortable from the break-off in frame 1.
I can think of players that would have been going for that red into the left corner.
That is Brian Wright, a familiar face when you're watching the World Championship at the Crucible. And he found Mrs. Wright this year. They actually got married up in Sheffield at the world's most famous snooker venue. Now that's tying the knot in a spectacular way. Coventry City top on, of course. Coventry City used to play here at the Rico. As for Matt Selt, well, he's an Aston Villa fan. And he'll be pleased to knock that red in.
Yeah, so interesting. He uses a loop bridge on those sort of shots, which is unusual. More of a pool player's bridge, not such on every shot, but just done the last shot that he tried. And he's got to think that he's not going to be getting too many more of these sort of chances. And he's got himself into positions to win frames, but he hasn't gone through with it.
5.
So it's probably now or never, I'd say.
For a while, Matt Selt was an adopted local around here, lived near Nuneaton. He's actually originally from Romford.
Thirteen.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, he wanted
Match
to
Selt,
hold.
13.
Little delicate little shot, just hold for the red. Always hitting the near jaw though, wasn't it? Can't stop the pattern continuing, can he? Chances going begging.
1.
Well, Neil, we always talk about the benchmark of 90% at least pot success rate. Matt Selt at the moment is 75.
Yes, the problem is he's missed important shots. The real ones that count have gone missing.
7. Eight.
So you feel that there's one big shot here, which means pink in the middle, and if it gets him behind the red, that's the end of the match for me. That was very well played. It really was. That was Mark Allen his best, his lovely touch.
14. 15.
It looked good for a while, but the keyboard just raced on.
21.
I think he's a little surprised how much he got on that.
Mark Allen, 21.
Well, so far, Matt Selt's debut in the Champion of Champions has been quite a trial. But if he could possibly snatch this frame, you never know.
It's a pretty good shot. I mean, the black's not in the way of coming up and down. He's just got to make sure he gets around the back of it to hit the yellow, and he should be okay. It's quite a big target. You never really know where the balls are going to finish. Well, again, this goes in. This is a match winner. He started well, Mark Allen. I thought we're going to see a bit of vintage Mark, the way that he can play. But he's kind of half gone to sleep here for whatever reason. And this is another chance for Matt Selt to chalk up a frame. Obviously, the complicated part is he will need the black at the end. And seemingly whatever can go wrong has gone wrong so far.
2. 5. 9.
Now I just wonder if he's going to take a risk here and doesn't have to do it, but I wonder if he might think about getting the black into play. I don't think it's the right shot, because he would have lost control.
14.
He's got to play a shot where he gets in behind the black. He won't be trying to move it, I don't think. Well, it's not ideal by any means. Okay, right into the bottom pocket. He's lost the last 2 frames on the black, won a respot. It would be painful if the same happened here. These frames have been really tight, and he must be in the back of his mind it's going to happen to him again.
3 successive frames on the final ball. That's unusual. Very unusual.
I'm not sure what he was looking at there. Looking at the safety shot that he didn't leave Mark Allen.
Matthew Selt point.
Strange old match this has been. Now, can he just play twice across double? That's what he's tried. And that's what he's got. That's a better shot than it looked. It's not an easy shot to play. The double kiss was on. Oh dear, he didn't like it straight away. So, Mark Allen to finish off a match which, if he did win 4-0, probably wouldn't be a fair reflection of the way these two have played. It's been closer than that.
That was miles away. Where's it going? Where is it going?
Matthew Selt 7.
Can you believe it? Matt Selt flukes the black. But is he back in contention? You never know in this game. It's been a real cure-a-tech. The scoreline, 3-1 in favour of Mark Allen.
Welcome back. With a break of 59, Matthew Selt took the next frame. We rejoin the action in this, the 6th frame in this best of 7 match. Mark Allen at the table.
Well, he had a long look at the red to the middle and where he could get, and I think he's finished seemingly
32.
in A1 position.
$33.
This time he's just slightly over-screwed. Players are just getting into the ball too much. Conditions are very good. Cloth is beautiful. Very responsive. Well now, if he's on the red to the left corner, that's another good shot.
40. $41.
That's 6 reds. This is the 6th black.
That was some shot. The power that went into that. And the cue speed through the ball was quite something. Cue was zipped in and out of the bunch.
$49.
There's half a dozen reds in the middle of the table, kind of all in each other's way a bit to corner pockets. I don't think anything will go to the middle either, except the right one of that bunch. Might just, I was going to say drop in behind one, but which one? What goes there? Maybe there is one right in the middle of the bunch that goes. Wasn't a lot of room for it, but he's found a gap.
$55.
Well, I will repeat what I said 2 frames ago. The writing's on the wall. This time, though, the letters
60.
are bigger.
$61.
Yeah, typical Mark Allen break. Cue ball's not really travelled very far in the hole. Right the way through from the first ball that he potted. He didn't want to leave an early
68.
chance, and he was furious when he left that red along the cushion. Might turn out to be his last shot.
69.
Yes, only 67 on the table for Matt Selt, so he needs a snooker.
Yes, he started well, Mark Allen, and he's finished well. In between, well, he's obviously got a bit of work to do. But it does set up a very interesting clash tonight.
75.
Mark Allen, Mark Selby. The one not to miss. That
76.
is going to be a tight game. They tend to have very close games, those two.
$83.
His debut in the Champion of Champions is going to be a losing one.
$84.
The only question now, can Allen complete victory with a century?
$86. $87.
Tell you what, Neil, it's been a funny old performance to classify.
$94.
Yeah, I suppose if you finish with a
95.
century, that's kind of the memory that lives with you going into a match on the same day. So that's what he's going to be thinking about, all the good parts, and it's been a terrific break. As I say, pinpoint
100.
positional play.
101. $106. $108.
That might be where it ends.
Brilliant bookends from Mark Allen. 89 in the first, 108 in the last. And he defeats Matthew Selt eventually by 4 frames to 2.
Allen through to the playoff, where he'll face Mark Selby, who earlier on beat Yanbing Tao. It is in effect a quarter-final, and that match will feature next time from the 2019 ManBetX Champion of Champions.